up to northern Minnesota here and gonna do the first buck tracking of the year. It's been a frustrating year trying to get some snow. Temperatures are just so warm. We got a couple inches of snow on Tuesday night, but we had 40-degree weather yesterday and it melted the snow something fierce. We're down to pretty much just a dusting that we got last night. So with the snow being pretty light, it's gonna be tricky to stay on a track. It's doable, just have to make the most of it and hopefully stick with a deer and get after him. Well, the first set of tracks I find crossing the road are of course a wolf. Wouldn't expect it any other way in northern Minnesota. I just found the first track. It's been an hour and a half of driving. It ain't screaming fresh, but there's actually deer up here. Now we're getting a little coyote action. I saw this little back road over here get just a little ways in here. 2 fresh tracks. That one's running right there. Looks like a decent track, nothing monstrous. I'm feeling a little better about this section here. I think this has got some potential and there's some really good habitat. We'll see if we can get on something decent down this way. Ooh, the old Rufford and the Cobb out here. Sketchy back road. Oh, yep, there we go. Nicole, this is why we don't have nice things. Comfortable as can be. Not a care in the world. Just right along the road. Well, I found a buck track. It's not fresh. Good stride. That's a fresh coyote track there. So you can see there's definitely a difference in age. I'm gonna follow this thing in the woods a little bit here. See if I can get a little bit better look at the track. I think it was made yesterday. Just not a deer that I think I can catch up with. The nice part is I know there's a decent buck in this area now. I'm gonna cruise around here. Maybe he crossed the road more recently. Well, he jumped back out on that road here. He's got some stagger to him, taking good strides. He's even dragging his feet. They look like good plops in the snow. Really would love to find his fresh track. I think I just found his fresh track. Holy crap. That's gotta be him. Oh, frickin' stud. Oh, look at that. Heavy. Dude, this is a slammer. Yes. This is a stud. No brainer. Oh man. The sucky part. That's private land right there. I'd have to swing around the private and try to connect on his track there, but this is awesome. Big Woods hunters need gear to withstand the elements, and Big Woods Bucks has what you need. To learn more about our wool hunting and outdoor gear, go to bigwoodsbucks.com. Oh, there he is. Well, we've caught up to him. He came out the backside of the property here. And boy, does his track look huge. That's the kind of track I dream about all year long. All right, we're gonna get after this. See if we can't put this buck on the ground. Holy cow, this deer is huge. So he's walking along here, and instead of going under that, he went through that. So he's got a decent rack on him. He stopped here for a moment and nibbled on some of these little buds that are here. Didn't stay very long, but popped in for a real quick snack. This buck has been just going through thick country, but he's finding those little tiny openings that he's slipping right through. He is traveling just like a big buck would. He is a stud. Oh, look at that rub. Holy crap. Look at that rub. Oh my gosh. This buck is taking me right on his rub line, and he just has a monster rub right there. And look at this. He's slipping right down that little path right there. He's got a travel route here. Look at this. That thing is tined up way back here. This deer is a racker. Look at how he shredded that thing. Oh boy. We are on a monster buck. That looks like a potential bed right there. Right now my wind is not ideal. It's blowing to him. He's gonna have to change direction if this is gonna work out at some point. He knocked off some snow way up high. He's a big boy. That right there is from his beam. He's chewing on this stuff right here. Dipped his main beam in. This dude has been on a mission, just cruising. Doe poop. He's hot on the trail of a doe now. Yes, we're in the game. He was going that way, and all of a sudden he sidesteps. He's down in this little creek drainage here, and he went and chewed on a mushroom. You can see beam prints right there, beam prints over here, and there's probably other ones in there. We got Buck P. Stinks for high heaven, and heads right back to the direction he was going. Found a little bit of poop from him. It's not hot, but it's glistening and stinky. I think we're gaining some ground, maybe. I saw that rock, and I thought it was him. Oh, my heart just dropped. Oh boy. So I'm walking down the road here to skirt around this private land piece, and here his tracks cross on top of my tire tracks. Oh boy. He is not far away at all. Oh my gosh, we're in this. Fart. He's in a pretty good sized chunk of private right now. Fart. I only got a little sliver of public here to work with. I can't stand when you can't just run after him like that. I mean, he's right there. I know he's right there. What a bummer. We'll see if we can make it happen still. Well, we're back at it here. I'm on the south side of this big chunk of private land that the buck ran into. I'm gonna skirt along the bottom side of it and see if we can't intercept him somewhere. Maybe it'll work out, we'll see. I need him to keep going south. He needs to go south big time. Get away from that massive chunk of private land. I can work around a small little 80, 100, 120 acre piece, but this one's big, real big. Hundreds and hundreds of acres. He could spend a lot of time in that. Like a steep hill here. Holy cow, this is insane. Just keeps going. Ooh. We got old tracks of the buck here. Big heavy tracks, so I know he comes through here. Getting down to the wire. I'm running out of space over here where he probably is. If he doesn't cross here, then he's on the private land, so we'll keep plugging away here. Taking a look at what we got. No freaking way. He crossed right here. Unfreaking believable. So I just did that whole loop around that area. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go down to this little pond down here and get some video. And I get down here and there is the buck's track. What? We're back to business, boys and girls. He went on to private again. I have to slip around, but this one, he can't go that way because there's a big giant marsh that's super wet, like a lake. So he has to come back and it angles back towards the public. So he'll be back on public, I'm pretty sure. Ooh, yep, that wasn't good. Gotta be more careful. Hopefully that didn't screw up my sights. I'm rushing. Gotta slow down. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Any luck?
I've been chasing the buck all day, tracking it.
You getting a good look at it?
Not even close yet. He's just running, searching for does right now, so
Last year around the same time, it might be the same one, I saw a great big buck
Really?
that cleared this road, saw it way up ahead, was so big I could tell at 75 yards.
He's got a huge track.
Yeah.
and I found some rubs, he's just shredding it.
Since I got you, I'll take a look at the license.
Sure.
And then your firearm, where is that located?
It's just right in the back over here.
Okay. Is it unloaded, everything?
It is unloaded, yes.
Okay. Do you mind if I go over and take
Go for it, yep.
Thank you, excellent.
I'm gonna probably keep rolling, so I try to give one last crack at him at least. Yep, thank you. Yep. So a little rundown on the events of what's happening. I had a game warden that was just right in this spot here, and he told me that last year he saw a huge buck cross this road, and so he thinks that might be the same one that I'm after. I skirted around the whole entire area, and this buck has not left this area, and there's a marsh with deep water and ice out there, so he can't cross that. This buck is in this chunk of woods right here, and I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna try to kill him. Oh, that's him. There he is. I found his track. We are back on him, and he's on public. He can't be far. He just made a rub right here. Shredded it up real nice. He was just feeding back there pretty heavy, pawing up stuff out of the ground. We're getting down to the wire now.
Your hunt has a story worth telling and a heritage to pass on. For premier big game mounts, check out RIEBE'S Taxidermy in Barron, Wisconsin. I just saw him. I didn't even get a look at his antlers. I just saw a flash of him running so close. I mean, I was probably 80 yards from him. I jumped down on the ground because there was too much brush in the way up high, so I squatted down really quick and could see a little flash. I didn't know they were that close, honestly. I was looking at their tracks and their tracks still didn't look that fresh, you know, because I look at mine and it's like they're crispy, you know, and their tracks were not crispy. So they must have bedded somewhere up in here, and then they were just on their feet. It's like, oh gosh. Maybe he was bedded over there. I don't know. We'll have to go look. I've been just on edge. Like, when is this gonna happen? I mean, I've come across so many beds. It's just insane. I don't have much time left now to be able to pull it off. So I'm gonna probably have to get after it pretty quick. There was another bed. Oh, that was the wet bed right there. That was the one. If I would have seen that. Oh, shoot. So I was standing right there when he boogered. Here was a bed, still got stuff in it. This one, soft. I'm like, oh no, if I would have just seen that. No frost in it, nothing. If I would have seen that, I would have been like a death creep mode. Oh, because he was just right down there. That's what I was looking for, the packy track. Mine's kind of packy, you know. His is real packy there. Look at that. Oh, and then there's another bed here. Yep. That one's got a really packy track in it. Look at that. Oh, the poop right there. Oh, if I could have just spotted this. That's the kind of track that you know you're getting really screaming close to it when it starts looking like that on a 33-degree day. Oh, man, is he a beast. Just down the hill here, a rancid smelling pea. So now there's 2 deer here that I gotta figure out what's going on here. I wonder if he's with the doe. Because if he's with a doe, I'm gonna go try to get to the doe or cut him off or something. I can't imagine that he'd hang out with a buck right now this time of year. It's like prime rut. He'd want to kick the crap out of that buck. Well, I just confirmed that was the buck that I saw, the big boy. He was standing right here and I was right up on that knob up there. He bounded off a little bit here. He's running hard.
That was a pretty exciting day of tracking. That was the biggest buck I've ever tracked. The track size was absolutely ginormous. It definitely made it really tough when that buck kept going onto the private land. I didn't even get to him until 4 o'clock. I think the key moment for that hunt was when I made that loop on the south end, and that's where I found the track. Like, if I didn't find that track, I don't see that buck today. Another thing that made this hunt really tricky was that his beds were so spread out. Several hundred yards between the first one to the last one. Usually when the deer beds down, that's when you start hunkering down and going slow. And so when you hit those first couple ones, it's like, wow, he's gonna be close, he's gonna be close. And then all of a sudden it's like, he's not close, he's not close. Just the nature of the beast. That's tracking. You can't control really anything other than just how you respond to the situations that you face. I may try to go back on that buck again. I think I'm gonna try to look for something different, and then if I can't find anything, I'm gonna come back to this buck. And the reason I'm gonna do that is because this deer was spending so much time on the private land. He's a very difficult deer to kill, and that's one of the reasons why he's so old. I'm telling you, it's tough to beat this style of hunting. Never been here before, never stepped foot in this place, didn't even know there was a big buck in the area. Find a track, get close to him, nearly kill him, all in one day. It's about the most effective style of hunting that I can do at this stage of life when I got young kids, and I can spend a couple days, good hard days, but I can be in the action right away, and I just love it.